Welcome to How to Deal When the Shit Gets Real podcast. I'm Rietta.
And I'm Connie, and today it's our bonus episode day. Welcome to the bonus episode.
Your favorite part of the week.
Yeah, where we just talk about shit. We're shit talkers this week.
I mean, every week, but it's fine.
But when we're alone, especially the shit talkers. Get t-shirts, the shit talkers.
Especially. Yeah, exactly.
Right?
I'm always down for a good t-shirt.
Absolutely.
Yep, I got my Svengoolie t-shirt on.
Nice. So both me and Rietta started Stitch Fix, which I feel like it's going to end up being a very expensive problem, but I'm not going to think about that.
No, don't think about that. It's actually really not that bad. I had done it, like I told you, years ago, like back when we lived in California, and I hadn't done it since then. And then Kyle didn't even say anything, and like a Stitch Fix box showed up, and I was like, "You're doing Stitch Fix?" And he's like, "Oh yeah," and I'm like, "Cool, thanks for telling me." I mean, it doesn't matter. I don't mind.
Well, you're like, now I have to. Clearly, if you get to, I want to.
Well, it actually took a couple boxes. Like 2 boxes came, and he got really nice stuff. And I was like, I forgot how much I kind of like Stitch Fix. Maybe I'll start mine again. So this is my second box since I started again. I have it set to every 3 months right now. So mine should be here Saturday. I think Kyle's come Saturday too, so we can do a double try-on.
Woohoo! I did mine for like every month, but you're right. I should probably change it to every 3.
The first time I did every month because I didn't really have like a ton of clothes. It was probably a couple years after I got married and after I had Jackson. So I was like, I need like, on a more adulty wardrobe.
Mm-hmm. Well, and my thing is like, well, when you're a stay-at-home mom / working from home, you don't exactly get dressed up a lot. Like you put on t-shirt and leggings.
Yeah.
Like how much of this stuff do you really need? But my summer wardrobe is like the one that's like lacking the most. And I realized how much black is in my wardrobe. Well, I was like, well, we could fix that a little bit.
Change that. That was my mom. My mom's favorite colors are white, black, and gray. And like that was all her wardrobe was for the longest time, was just like neutral colors.
Well, I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
But I actually have color.
I actually do have my Stitch Fix jeans on today because they're very comfortable.
Oh, I was saving mine for what was it? I was gonna wear them to Isaac's birthday party.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because it'll be outside and like, I don't know, they just give me that and the tank top combined give me like picnic going outside to the park vibes.
See, there you go. It was perfect.
Because
Stitch
they're kind of relaxed. But you know what's really irritating is Tom saw them, and because they have rips, he's like, "Oh my God, are you poor? Are you okay? Don't tell me we're gonna lose the house." I'm like, "You're not that funny, bro."
So he's my dad, because my dad makes those same jokes. He's like, you could have just bought some jeans at Walmart and I would have put some holes in them for you and it would have only cost you like $20. I was like, yeah, cool, Dad.
Yeah, no, he's such a, well, he's such a dad's dad. Like he was a dad before he was even a dad. Like he would make those types of jokes. I mean, since I met him pretty much. But now he's complaining that I'm getting the Stitch Fix back, so I see him getting one in the future. That he has a dad wardrobe, and I'm like, it's not my fault. You're very picky, and you just kind of end up with dad clothes. And I don't know what other kind of clothes you would even wear, because he's pretty much a t-shirt and jeans kind of guy on the weekends.
I mean, that's kind of pretty cool too, but like he got some really nice flannels because I think he started like, the end of the year last year. So he got a couple nice flannels and some jeans. Actually, I really like the jeans that they sent him because they're like really stretchy and like soft.
Oh.
And he got some nice like quarter zip sweaters, where they start like here and they look real nice like when you go out to, nice dinners or parties or whatever.
And all of those things Tom has. He is actually more dissatisfied with how his weight currently than and how things fit. So then he just wears a t-shirt.
Yeah. Well, that's a little
So
different. But yeah, Kyle didn't really have a ton of stuff because he's always in his military uniform. So it was nice for him to get some nicer clothes. It was either that or golf clothes. So
exactly.
yeah. Speaking of golf, I'm assuming you probably didn't, but did you watch any of the Masters?
No. Ugh. No. Do I watch any sports, Rietta? No.
That's true.
I still
Well,
remember, and I think I will always remember, like your mom busted in to like that spare room on the first floor of Grandma's old house. And we were like watching like Jurassic Park or something. And she was like, "You don't have football on. We need to have football on during like Thanksgiving," and like took the
oh yeah.
remote and changed it. And we were
Mm-hmm.
like, "What the hell?" But
Yep.
we were watching that. There are other TVs, man. Like you can't watch that out there. Well, they're watching the Macy's Day Parade, and we were
Yep.
like, and we were all like, "Oh
There's
gosh,
always a
come
battle
on!"
over the
Yes,
TVs and what was happening. Yeah. And when Aunt Oni was in there still,
I just always
you
remember getting a couple dollars from her every time we saw Aunt Oni.
well, Aunt Oni was a huge White Sox fan. So if the baseball was on and you tried to change the channel, like you were in for it. She would have had a cow.
I just always remember seeing her, giving her a hug, and being slipped a few dollars. Like there was always a couple of dollars in my hand after seeing her, for
Yeah, she was a sweetie.
no reason. It was just like, "Oh, you've come to say hi. You're so cute. Oh, here's a few dollars." Like she wouldn't even say anything. She'd just like give it to you. I'm like, "Okay."
She always played that like I don't know if anybody's even gonna remember this. This is such an old game. Um, where you like dumped the pile of sticks on the table and you had to try to like pick up sticks without like messing with the other sticks.
Yes, I remember the pickup sticks.
Yeah, so I used
It
to
is an
have
old game. It's
it is
the
an old
like
game.
grandma's game in my
I used
mind.
to get her to play that. Um, and I felt bad later. My mom was like, "No, no, it was good," because she had really, really bad arthritis. And my mom was like, "No, it was good you made her do it because it made her move her hands and like make her arthritis not as bad." I was like, "Okay."
That is good. I just remember like we didn't really like play it. Like me, Luke, and Mitchell, we would just throw the sticks out on the ground and pick them up. Like we weren't playing the actual game.
No, she played it with me. I don't know why I made her play it, but I did.
Hey, and that's all right. And I remember they were all like really colorful sticks.
Yeah, they were. Grandma had that one there, so
Yep.
yeah.
Because Grandma had to have, well, I mean, she had all of like the ancient toys. Because I mean, remember the what is it called? The classic building blocks where it looks like a uh what is that called? Oh my God, a log cabin where it's like the
Oh, you're
log
yeah, you're
cabin
talking
connect
about
ones.
oh god, that's gonna bug me.
I know.
Oh, what are those called?
Lincoln
I
logs.
know.
Haha.
There you go. Lincoln Logs, yeah.
I got it. Did you like the haha?
I did. I loved Lincoln Logs. They were so much fun. But yeah, she had those and she had that like old like basketball game where like you put the little ball in the thing and you hit the button and it like flipped it up there. She had so many goofy games at her house.
Yeah, because they were all old and from probably our parents' childhood.
She actually had saved one of those. Oh god, what's the toy company? They're green and white. I can't think of it right now, but she had like this motorhome that she had had forever that was like literally still in a box and she gave it to Jackson.
Aw, that's so
Hess
sweet.
is the company.
Oh, don't they do a lot of like those model cars, right?
I think they do, but like the company's been around forever and I can't even imagine how long she held on to that motorhome before she gave it to Jackson. But I was like,
Good God, yeah. Actually, mom found a journal of hers,
mm-hmm.
going through her stuff, and it said like that she was grateful that her and Ferd could still fit on the hammock, and she was
Aw,
thankful for Connie and Luke's "I miss yous" hugs and kisses.
I love it.
And yeah, it was something else too. I can't
That's so
remember,
cute.
but like you also couldn't read half of her handwriting. Like it was like four sentences, and like I'm like I can read three of them.
I've
And then
gotten pretty good at that since I worked for doctors. I've gotten pretty good at figuring out what things say.
Tom, not Tom, Luke was like, It's a lie. It's a lie. We didn't miss her. And my mom's like, "Stop it. You were like 7." Because it was like in 1997 or something like that.
Yeah.
That she, because she put the date, it was like May of like 97. And she
Yeah.
was like, "Stop it. You were not lying to grandma
No,
when you
absolutely
gave
not.
her hugs and kisses and said we miss you."
No, absolutely not.
I'm like,
One of
"You're
my
out of your."
favorite things is when I got grandpa's records and there was a note in there like that he got like
I
in
didn't even know
trouble.
he had like that many records.
Yeah, he had a lot. I mean, he was in for 4 years, so 4 years worth of stuff.
Records. Oh my God, I'm thinking of music records, not his military.
No, his
Duh.
military
Okay, no, now
records.
I know. Now I get it.
Yeah, and I
It
love
was a
the
blonde
note that was
moment.
written in there that he got in trouble for falling asleep on post and
You're
that
like,
I had to
oh, just
that I
like
had to
somebody else I
immediately
know.
yeah, that I had to immediately send it to be like, "Look, you're not the only one. It
My
runs in the
mom,
family."
my mom jokes that Luke is getting more and more like grandpa, because if it was up to Luke, he'd have his house at like 75 or whatever all year round, just like grandpa. Always
Mhm.
continuously hot.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I feel like it depends on the house because my house is usually at like 74-ish and it doesn't feel that warm in here, but our house is big.
No, when our house feels like 74. It's definitely 74.
Yeah, not here. Not
But
here. But we have
but
a
the
heat pump,
lower le well,
so
the
I think that's the
lower on the
difference.
bottom does like feels good always, but like it's upstairs when you get to the bedrooms that always feel that temperature or hotter.
Yeah, see the house here has two different units for upstairs and downstairs, so I can keep downstairs at like 74 and upstairs at like 71.
Now, I'm a crazy person. Like our gas and electric bill were so cheap because I keep our house so cold. Like even during the winter, it was like 68 all year.
Yeah, see, I don't want to be cold in my own house. I'm here all day. I work all day. I don't want to be cold.
Well, to me, it's not cold. Like I was walking around without socks and like a light sweater on, and I'm like, this
Hmm.
is the perfect temperature for me.
Yeah.
Just because I'm psycho. I don't like being hot.
Everything goes off at night though. Even in the winter, we let it drop to like 60.
Nice. I don't let it drop to 60 because of Theo.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
too
When Jackson
paranoid.
was
And now that he can get out of bed and like he can take off his like blankets and stuff, and like he's not like in a zip up bag, it's even like more like when I could put him in layers and like put him to bed and he stayed in bed, like that's fine. But now he can get out of bed
yeah,
and
when
he
Jackson was
kicks
little,
off.
I didn't
Yeah.
do it, but he's not little anymore.
Yeah, and now you can get a hoodie on and you can get a blanket,
Oh, he
right?
he has all the blankets. Jackson's got like 5 blankets. He loves blankets.
Yeah, who doesn't? They're so comfortable.
But he does walk around in just like shorts most of the time. He's definitely a typical boy, always warm.
Oh yeah. Luke and Mitch were always like that.
Yep.
And one time Luke answered the door in boxers to my girlfriends, and my girlfriends were like, "My God,
What are you doing?
no!" They were like, "He's so good looking." I'm like, "Oh my God, please don't do this to me. I don't know if we can be friends if you're gonna constantly talk about if my brother's good looking."
Yeah, that's weird.
It happened to me all the time because it even happened with Dad because Dad was a fireman. It was
Mhm.
gross. That happened though when I was older.
Yeah.
Like when I
Um,
was in college, it was like, "Oh my God, and he's a fireman?" I'm like, "Oh, please stop."
yeah, that I mean, I have that happen now with Kyle. I have friends that are, gay or single girlfriends that'll be like, "Your husband's so hot." I'm like, "Oh, thank you, but let's not."
Let's keep these thoughts inside thoughts.
My one gay friend though was hilarious. He said something hysterical, like something about like knocking over Mariah Carey to be able to get to my husband, and I had to show it to Kyle because it had me. I literally was in tears. I was laughing so hard, and Kyle's
That
like,
is
"That's
so
not
funny.
true. He's just saying shit." I'm like, "No, I think he's being truthful."
That's so funny. Yep.
Yeah, it's
My
adorable.
God.
But and actually, it's kind of nice because Kyle like he's always viewed himself as like kind of like being like nerdy and like not like super hot, and I'm like, dude,
Really, I
you're
can't imagine himself viewing
I'm like,
himself as nerd. Like, you
I
look at
know.
my brothers, it's like, okay, nerdy. Like me, nerdy. But I don't see Kyle and think nerd. I see
That's what I'm
Kyle and
saying.
I see jock.
That's what
Like,
I'm
I
saying. He's
don't
delusional.
see.
I'm like, what planet did you wake up on, sir? Because
Did
any
he
person
have
that
like people say like negative things to him or something?
I
Like,
think just because
because
like he wasn't super popular and much like he was in band and he was a gymnast, like
oh,
and then he was in
it was just like
ROTC.
old. It was just old like high school, college stuff that he's like,
Yeah.
I'm not cool, man, and it's
Yeah.
all arbitrary.
Yeah. And I'm like, have you looked in the mirror, sir? You should look in the mirror. I
Yeah,
want to
really.
talk. So I'll be like, I don't. And he's like, don't. I'm like, well, then you don't.
Yeah, yeah, guys, don't.
You are
Yeah,
beautiful.
and because like my in-laws, he's kind of like that because like he's always really skinny and he can't like he wishes he had Tom's build, so he doesn't view himself as attractive because he can't bulk up, physically cannot. There is no, like, it's genetically, he doesn't get the muscle that Tom does. So like you could tell he like wishes he had Tom's, like the ability just to have like huge forearms like Tom
Mm-hmm.
naturally does without even trying. And I'm like, I'm like, you're still not ugly, dude. Like,
Mm-mm.
you are super trim and have been trim with muscle
Mm-hmm.
my whole time I've known you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Bodies in all different shapes and sizes, friends.
Yeah. All different shapes. That's like Kyle has always had really large pec muscles. Like I think it's just from years of being a gymnast. Like he just has big chest muscles, and people are like, "Oh my god! Like what does he do? How does he do that?" I'm like, he is just naturally
That
prone to
that's
have
him. That's his
big chest
body type.
muscles.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's
Because
just
my dad is like that and Tom is like that.
just I jokingly call him square boobs, and he's like, "Please stop."
Oh no. Better than man boob, okay?
That's why I
Okay.
make sure I say square boobs because it's we're not doing the Bob has bitch tits line.
Oh god.
There's a
Yeah,
big
really.
difference between bitch tits and
That's what Tom,
muscular ones.
because Tom's gained back some weight. He blamed my pregnancy, and I'm like, whatever, blame whoever you want. And he'll be like, it's my sympathetic pregnancy weight. I'm like, whatever, kid. But he jokes about the Bob's bitch tits
Bob has
thing
bitch tits.
all,
Yep.
yes, all the time.
Yep. See, and there's a big difference between those types and what Kyle has because they're
Oh
literally
yeah,
square because they're muscular.
yes. Well, and if Tom, like when Tom loses the weight, it's like it's more square, it's less. There's no, but he like makes the joke even though I'm like, you're out of your mind. You don't, like, I've seen bitch tits. Those are not bitch tits. You
Mm-mm.
cannot put those in a bra, dude.
No, absolutely
Even
not.
if you've gained weight, you
And
still can't.
remember, it's not a bra, it's a bro, according to Seinfeld.
Yeah.
A bro or a man's ear.
I like the man's ear. That's really funny.
Yeah, they're both pretty funny. But anyway, now that we've
Yep.
discussed our husbands' bodies in full, well, not in full, but
Awkward.
enough.
Now that you say it that way, I'm like, oh, this is awkward. Anywho.
Anywho, yeah. What was I just thinking? My mind just left me for a second. It's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, I was gonna tell you that I know you guys didn't get to do it while you were in Hawaii, but they have officially started removing the stairway to heaven on
Mhm.
Oahu. My
We would
girlfriend
have
sent me a
died if we did
picture.
it.
No, you wouldn't have. You'd have been fine. But my girlfriend sent
We
me a
just didn't have
picture
enough time, unfortunately.
of like the first section that they took out, and I'm like,
Oh, well, I saw that helicopter ride you posted, and I was like, holy shit, are those like steep? No wonder they're taking them down. Like, that's definitely like, and you can go and die on these stairs. These are stairs to heaven because you one slip and fall and you're dead.
well, that's what's ironic about the whole thing because they try to say that they're dangerous, and I did them 3 times. Um, and I hiked over 60 hikes in Hawaii. That was probably the least dangerous hike that I did. I mean,
Really?
you'd literally have to like you're climbing a ladder or stairs. You'd literally have to like let go of the rails and push yourself backwards to fuck up.
Mm.
The only person that
Good
ever
point.
the only person that ever died was a dude a long time ago, and I guess he was actually kind of famous, like some type of singer or something. And the only
Oh
reason that
God.
happened is because he had a heart attack. He didn't slip and fall. He didn't like he had a heart attack.
So, do you think it's like they just don't wanna like keep up with them anymore?
The neighbors just don't like it. They don't like the people going to hike it. But like if they didn't ever close off the main road and kept making people sign waivers and pay money to go up there, they could make money off of it. The neighbors wouldn't be pissed off and everything would be fine. But instead we're going to spend over 2 million taxpayer dollars to remove them instead
Why?
of like improving roads or improving schools or doing other things. But that's
That's
just my
insane.
opinion.
I really want to go back to Hawaii, but like a different island or whatever. One
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, I want to go to Kauai really bad.
You should have gone to all of the islands while you were there. You were so close.
We had planned on it, but COVID really threw a wrench into that.
That's
Um,
true. That is true. And like
and
and they were the
child
most
deploying.
strict. And
Yes,
they
they
were the
were
strict out of
very strict for a while.
like
And
because
and then
even when we went in what 20 the beginning of 22? No, 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 beginning of 21, right? When did we go? Yeah, beginning of 21 when most everything was open up here because it was May of 21 because I
yeah.
had Theo in June of 22, so it had to be 21.
Hmm.
When everything was basically open up in the States, like things were still like COVID-esque in Hawaii.
Yeah.
It wasn't as bad, but like they were still like telling people to put on masks, like even in an open air shopping mall. They
Hmm.
security came up to us and told us to put on masks, and Tom laughed and kept walking.
Well, that's like when we went to Kahlua Ranch and we rode around. Like we had to wear masks until we got onto the ATVs, and they're like, "Oh, well, yeah, now you guys can take them off." And we were like, "We are outside, my dude." But sure.
Well, I think it was more of like, okay, for anybody who might be on the ranch that is particularly into COVID-19 or a government employee that we don't know about, yes, you have to wear a mask. And then we get out there, and then it's like, and you can take off the mask because there's
Hmm.
probably nobody here that will tattletale on you.
Yeah, our tour guide was awesome. That dude was legit.
Yes, I still look at and laugh at the Jurassic Park video.
I love that
So
video.
fucking funny. It's the best video ever.
We'll have to share that video with our listeners. Both of our husbands died because they don't run as fast as we do. It was
Yep.
hysterical.
Yeah, you and me were just like, let's go. And then everybody else died.
Yeah. Not Jackson. Jackson made it too. Just
Yes,
Tom and
Jackson.
Kyle.
Yeah.
Just Tom
Which,
and
how did that
Kyle.
happen? How did that happen? They're definitely both faster than me. I should have been the last one eaten.
I don't know. They were not worried about getting eaten by the dinosaur, but
I,
it's
I
fine.
don't I don't I don't understand how that could ever be possible.
Yeah.
Best video ever though. So,
Yeah.
you know,
It's hilarious.
uh,
It's a good video.
yes.
So there's your lessons of the day, guys. Go to Hawaii, go to Kahlua Ranch, and
Oh
don't get eaten by
yes.
the dinosaur.
It was the best. It was great to go and see you guys, even though we couldn't go on
Hmm.
base, because that was the other like restriction, right? Like we really
Hmm.
couldn't go on base because of the COVID-19 bullshit. And it was
No, the
just
base
like
is always like
whatever.
that. The base is always like that.
I don't know. Well, I mean, we already had our hotel, so there was like really no point. But I thought there was something else.
No, some military bases are just a little more strict than others, and they've gotten actually stricter as the years have gone on. Like even myself, if I like left home and I forgot my military ID, they wouldn't let me on. Like
Wow.
you have to have a military ID, or they will not let you on.
Okay. Well, no, I just remember there being like some other reason, like, well, we could take you, but we don't want to risk something. Like I couldn't remember why. Like,
Yeah,
any
because like
suspicions about being somebody that was around COVID? I don't remember. I thought there was, like, another, like, "Well, we could, but we don't," like, X, Y, or Z, like, I can't remember what though, like that you guys could bring us on, but that you didn't want to fill out the forms or something. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
you have to be sponsored because you don't have a military IB. We'd have to sponsor you to come on.
And then nobody wanted the extra questions.
Yeah. And it takes a lot of work. You have to go in there and wait. It's like going to the DMV. It's the same type of
Yeah.
deal. You go in there and you
And
wait
it
and you
wasn't worth
wait
it when we
and you
were going to
wait.
be when we were going to be in a hotel on
Right. And you guys were
Waikiki.
also on the other side of the island where it didn't really matter. So,
Yeah, that too. Even though we like met up multiple times, it still
yeah.
wasn't
Yeah.
really like it wasn't anything that needed for us to be on base with you.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, then this is how to deal when the shit gets real podcast, and we'll see you all next episode. And we're sorry, Tom and Kyle, for exploiting your bodies, I guess.
No, we're not sorry.
Okay, I mean, you're not sorry.